Cressida, over to The Guardian now, an early entry for this year's International Comedy Awards from the US Justice Department. That's my own view, obviously.
Nice. Jeffrey Epstein's suicide blamed on jail's negligence and misconduct.
Absolutely.
So a scathing report published on Tuesday by the Justice Department Inspector General said widespread disregard of Bureau of Prisons policies and procedures led to a surplus of bed linens left in the cell.
Of knotted nooses.
If he'd only
had... surface of sharp objects.
A step-by-step diagram and two burly men there to help you get your head in it.
I mean, there's one great bit. They say, they should have... there was supposed to be a protocol where he'd share the cell with another
Yes,
prisoner.
he didn't have a cellmate. Somebody left and they didn't find him a new roommate. So
I mean, that was so basic. I mean, that is so... he was, like, literally the most famous prisoner, the most notorious, the most important one that they bring to court. And they remove his cellmate against the... I mean, why even remove that one?
And all the security cameras didn't work and the guards weren't looking.
They were asleep. They spent 3 hours asleep. They were supposed to check in every half an hour. He was found, apparently, there are no photographs of this because they removed him, which is against the protocols.
Yeah.
He was found hanged by a bedsheet from his top bunk, which is like about 6 foot high. He is a 6 foot man.
Yeah.
He was found kneeling. He was supposedly hanged himself. He was in a kneeling position.
I mean,
it's absurd.
I mean,
and there were photographs of bottles and toiletries standing upright still on the bunks, from which apparently he fell with sufficient force to snap his neck.
Wow, you sound like a conspiracy theorist.
It's insane. I'm not. There's conspiracy theory, and then there's just rudeness. I mean, it's just plain insulting. Isn't
it? You're not suggesting.
Do you know what I mean?
You're suggesting this was deliberate negligence, not that somebody...
I'm suggesting he was killed. I'm suggesting he was killed.
But Simon, according to this, the authorities have concluded that the authorities didn't kill him.
Yeah, amazing.
So surely if they knew... He'd already had a suicide attempt the night before, so they knew his... Assuming that's true, Simon.
Well, I don't know if that is.
They knew his state of mind, and
the
then
last time he spoke to his legal team, they said he was very cheerful and I mean, you might say they have an agenda as well, but you know they're not able to get anything get anywhere with it. You know, they said he was far from. He had a petition for bail. Yes, quite conceivable if a man used to being cock of the walk was to be given a life sentence. You might think at some point he might think sod this. But
I looked at the photo of the cell and that's exactly what I thought. Yeah. No, thanks.
But I mean he was basically a billionaire. He evaded similar charges and he could have cut a deal with the names he knew. He could have thrown every mover and shaker in US politics under the bus and cut a deal, and obviously they didn't want that to happen. So, you know, you see people in Russia falling from windows. I feel
there's a podcast
ridiculous.
highly recommended called Martyr Made. Martyr as in a martyrdom, M-A-R-T-Y-R-M-A-D-E. I don't know why his real name is Daryl Cooper, I think. Anyway, he recorded a very interesting, detailed 3-part podcast about this issue. And if anyone is interested in at least being aware of all the mountain of circumstantial evidence alone, but there we are, very interesting. And it leads who knows where. I do.